Well, hello. Are we live streaming yet? Oh, we're on the air.
Hey, there it is.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody in Cyberland as well. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Brought my friends from Austin. I came from Nashville. I'll introduce you to them if you're good. Hi. My name's Brennen Leigh. I used to live in Texas for a long time. Then I moved to Music City, sold out completely. Just watch. It's really.
Saw your Cadillac out front.
See my Cadillac out there? Amp-shaped swimming pool.
I thought yours was a mandolin.
It's an F-style mandolin. It's an auto harp-shaped swimming pool. Only reason for that is that the driveway kind of set at a diagonal. It goes to the backyard. I'll start on the one.
Okay.
I don't have an instant package. I want made at home. I don't want advertisements on my telephone. I don't want formal letters or robocalls, big box shopping malls, digitally remastered, formatted to fit your TV. I want analog, baby. I don't want a manufactured home on wheels. I want a lazy river where I can cool my heels. I don't want junk mail, tollways, $1 jukebox plays. Congratulations, you've been selected randomly. I want analog, baby. I don't want a living room, from rooms to go. Your MSG and your GMOs. Keep your touch tunes, your Spotify. I want to hear that needle skipping on my hi-fi. I don't need a photograph, I'd rather have the memory. I want analog, baby. Now I'm not down on it just because it's new, but in gaining a little, we've lost something too. When you climb into bed with your phone in your face, it feels like you're light years away from this place. We work like machines in some sci-fi fantasy. I want analog, baby. I want analog, baby. Cheers, y'all. It's good to be back. Okay, well, this is on a record I made with Noel McKay called McKay and Leigh. And it's about, well, I grew up in Minnesota. I know, I don't have an accent anymore. I've been gone about as long as I lived there. But there's an event up there called the Western Minnesota Steam Threshers Reunion, which is like a party that lasts 3 days with a bunch of antique tractor equipment, farming equipment, and it's really fun. And I wrote a song about it called Steam Threshers Reunion. When the summer nights turn cooler and the autumn wheat is shaking, for just a few days we'll take a break from all of our haymaking. When the prairie grass turns golden and the apple crop is booming, we'll load the truck and go on down to the Steam Threshers reunion. There's tractors of all sizes, some you have never heard of. Big plates of homemade hot dish you can't even eat a third of. There's folks in old-time costumes in the Pioneer exhibit, a room full of antique gadgets. You can try and guess what is it. There's a brother and a sister run the steam train demonstration. They'll tell you all about it. They're both third generation. There's a coal-powered antique thresher and 3 or 4 steam shovels and a square dance in the evening. Do-si-do, away your troubles. Schaefer family came here from Brainerd in an RV. Bill's tearing up the flat top, Lacey's sawing on John Hardy. It makes you feel like dancing and laughing and like crying. I'm gonna sleep so well tonight without even trying. When the summer nights turn cooler and the autumn wheat is shaking, just a few days we'll take a break from all of our haymaking. When the prairie grass turns golden and the apple crop is booming, we'll load the truck and go on down to the Steam Threshers reunion. Thank you a lot. Well, I got a bunch of new songs since the last time I was here. It's been like 4 years or something, I think. Is that right? Does anybody know? Have we met before, or do any of you know who we are? You never know. How many sequestered songwriters people are here, like that found me that way? None? One? How many of you are like serving me with papers?
Wait until you're done.
I was served at a gig once. I was. Yep. Brad was overserved. Okay. Are You Being Served? Do you remember that show? It's British TV show. Are You Being Served? All right, I wrote this with an artist from Montana named Tessie Lou Williams. Do you feel a little guilty when you go out on the town, like maybe there's something you might have left burning at home, when you tiptoe out looking good, probably a little better than you should? Is there somebody you made blue? Somebody's face there in the bed, or the letter left unopened, filled with everything unsaid. And when you stumble in after dawn, how long before you notice that I'm finally gone? Till I'm brave enough to say we're through, somebody's drinking about you. Till I'm somebody you once knew, somebody's drinking about you. Somebody's drinking about you. Hey, thanks. Yeah, that's like my version of like a country pop song, you know. So I moved to Nashville 4 years ago because I got a publishing deal to be a songwriter, and I was like afraid that they were gonna make me write like, you know, I actually wasn't because my publisher is fantastic, but like I was afraid they were gonna make me have to like write pop country, like bro country kind of stuff. But I like don't have the faintest clue, and if you ask me to write a pop country song, it's gonna sound like Patti Loveless 1991 or something, because that's like the last time I listened to it, like the radio. So. Anyway, this one is from what I would call the Diesel Billy subgenre of country music. And Diesel Billy, I think maybe Bill Kirchen coined that. The great guitar player and artist Bill Kirchen coined the term Diesel Billy, which is, if you're wondering, it's country music songs exclusively about long-haul trucking. And my friend Mallory Eagle from Oklahoma, she's a songwriter, great writer, used to live across the street from this trucker lady named Carol with an E. And every word of this song is true. We wrote it about Carol. Oh, Carol with an E, she's the finest trucker I have ever seen. Though only 5'3", but you might say that she's a highway queen. In her big rig hauling freight all the way from Santa Fe to New Orleans. She's a long-hauling, diesel-burning, road-dogging machine. A Carol with an E. Oh, Carol with an E. She used to live right next door to me. Then she'd roll home in style, and I knew she'd be back in town a while. 'Cause her man stayed at home, brewing bathtub moonshine all alone. He's a chain-smoking, reefer-toking Billy Goat, and he loves Carol with an E. She ain't afraid of any grade, she's doing her thing in the left-hand lane. There ain't no town clown gonna slow her down or rain on her parade. In pearls and kitten heels, she'll slam that hammer down on 18 wheels. A red Sovine blasting, everlasting, how I'd like to be like Carol with an E. She ain't afraid of any grade, she's doing her thing in the left-hand lane. Thank you. The only part of that was embellished is that I'm not sure if Carol listened to Red Sovine. But I mean, what else do truckers listen to? They just have Red Sovine on a loop. And Del Reeves and Dick Curlis and Kay Adams. And Dave Dudley. Who else? Mostly Dick Curlis. Yeah. Okay, so I wrote this with Noel McKay, and it's been recorded by several different artists. Good ones, Sonny Sweeney, Sarah Borges. Am I forgetting anyone? Are you still taking them pills? Are they still giving you thrills? Does your coat still sound like a Morocco when you're walking up and down around the Tennessee hills? The prescription that you're taking to the pharmacist is written on a stack of $20 bills. Are you still taking them pills? Hey, I remember back when we used to take them, and we'd feel them start to kicking in. At first we'd feel them tingle, and then we'd feel them prickle like there's something crawling on your skin. I think they almost made us feel a little happy. I think they nearly made us feel like we belonged. They'd set us working on something for an entire day, then we would talk about it all night long. Are you still taking them pills? Are they still giving you thrills? Do you still feel like you're getting prodded by 100,000 nasty little porcupine quills? Oh, your mind is like a cyclone eating satisfaction, but it empties out as quick as it fills. Are you still taking them pills? Are ya? Strange the way time can change a person. Just yesterday it seems like we were getting high. Well, I've been clean for years, but to be completely honest, I still think about it all the time. But wait, I think you don't remember how you know me. I've got to say that you don't really seem the same. Hey, I ought to hang it up, 'cause by the look that's on your face, I think you wonder how I even know your name. Are you still taking them pills? Are they still giving you thrills? Outside there's a thin man staring at you. Can't you see him leaning on your windowsill? I'm afraid we might read it in the paper that you're pushing up the daisies and the daffodils. Are you still taking them pills? Are you still taking them pills? I just realized my DI is kind of running out of battery, and that's on me. You don't have one of those one spots, do you? I've got one in a bag in the back. Anyway, well, Phantom, if you got the Phantom on. Sorry, y'all, I'm thinking out loud. I'm probably talking Martian up here.
I'm sorry. Were you talking?
Lisa, everyone knows you understand Martian. I want to introduce you to my friends. We've been playing together about almost 20 years now, off and on. Can you believe that?
No, I really can't. I really cannot, but I'm so glad, though.
Since we were 9.
Yep, exactly.
In the sandbox.
That's right. She had a little,
Yeah, a little toy drum.
toy drum, and
Full
you
of
had
sand.
a little box with a rubber band on it. And
Bucket.
We had the Fisher-Price upright bass.
yeah.
Like the peanuts. He's my favorite guy.
I got this is a digression, but I got some years ago, I got a birthday present for my niece, and I was going to get her a present, and they had this box where it was like a little toy guitar, a little tambourine, and a little shaker, and they had 3 kids modeling this stuff on the on the cover of the box, and there was a little girl with the tambourine, and a little girl with the shaker, and a boy with a guitar. So I didn't buy it for her, but I bought her a set of pink tools anyway, some like little tools. Anyway, the end. On the snare drum tonight and singing harmonies, that is my friend Lisa Pankratz. I have seen her play the shaker before.
Oh,
Did you bring one?
bring one, but I found
So it's true.
So, yeah, the folk clubs just breed them. It was on the stage.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look at that. What's in there?
I think it's your car keys.
We lost I got here and lost my keys inside my van. It's been one of those days. I drove in from Louisiana, Nashville before that. Anyway, on the upright bass and singing harmony, Brad Fordham. These two are my favorite rhythm section in all of the universe. Anyway, we know a lot of songs together, but I've been throwing some new ones at them. This one's been around for a while. I wrote this with Aaron Enderlin, and it got a bunch of airplay on a Sirius XM Bluegrass station. It's called Rosine. You loved Ohio County, said you'd never want to leave, and I'd have stayed my whole life if you had married me. Well, they say you can't go home again, so I won't even try, and anyway, there ain't no room for both of us after tonight. Rosie, last time I saw you, you were sitting by the stream with your blonde hair all around you and a halo like a queen, and I know that you don't want me, but I'll have you in my dreams, Rosie. Rosie, I heard you calling from outside my hotel room, but I pulled the shade and there's nothing but that cold Kentucky moon. Rosie, you'll catch your death in nothing but that cotton gown. Come in here where it's warm, let me lay your body down. Rosie, I thought I saw you on the bridge to Morgantown. You were standing by the river, and I was afraid that you might drown. But when I tried to save you, you were nowhere to be found, Rosie. Rosie, last time I saw you, you were holding on to me. The hot blood running in your eyes, so bad you couldn't see that you had the devil in you, and I had to set him free, Rosie. Rosie, when you were with him, were you thinking about me? He slipped off your dress and put his hands between your knees. Could you feel his sweat upon you and your back against that tree? Why'd you have to make me do it? Don't you know that God sees everything, Rosie? Rosie, they'll never find you. They can drain that river dry, but they caught up with me in Greenville, and I had no alibi. But when they put that needle in me, I won't be afraid to die, Rosie. Rosie, I think I see you standing on the other side with your blonde hair all around you, your arms stretched open wide. I knew you were lying when you said you'd never be my bride, Rosie. Thank you a lot. A little Kentucky murder ballad for you. I'm glad you're laughing now. Oh my goodness. I'm never serious, but I think I don't look like I would be funny. Do you know what I mean? That's exactly what it is. I don't look like I would be funny. Well, I'm very funny. I think you're just laughing because you're nervous. For me. You're very kind. Okay, so this is on a record of mine called The Box from 2010. 2010. These two are on that record. Anyway, in like 2015 or something, the great Leigh Womack recorded this song. So here's my version. I've been sleeping with the devil. I thought you ought to know. I can't look you in the eye and tell you it's not so. I'm his little darling. I'm that old man's dream. I've been sleeping with the devil, so it seems. I've been sleeping with the devil, arms around him tight, breathing my hot breath upon his chest the whole long night. To get up in the morning, God knows I have tried, but I've been sleeping with the devil by my side. Sunday morning singing, chicken getting fried. I've missed it all by sleeping in a field, no light inside. I gave him all my heart's blood, but he's run off with my soul. I've been sleeping with the devil in control. I never let them know it, what it was all about. I hid behind that barroom wall and I pulled the stopper out. I let it burn down slowly, then I followed on behind. I've been sleeping with the devil in my mind. I've been sleeping with the devil. I thought you ought to know. I can't look you in the face and tell you it's not so. I'm his little darling. I'm that drunkard's dream. I've been sleeping with the devil, so it seems. Well, I've been. Thank you so much. Oh, I should mention, I think Adam Hood also had a cut with Leigh Womack. Might have been on the same album. Give Adam a hand. If y'all were here for him, he's fantastic. Interesting coincidence there. All right, well, what's that? You have to hang. Well, you don't have to hang. What am I gonna? What's the intro? Oh, you should. But the thing is, I want to say something first. So, I recorded a new album that's coming out in May, or possibly June, but June at the latest. And I'm really excited because it's a Western swing album, and it's a collaboration with the band Asleep at the Wheel. So you can hear. I'm really excited, but it's all original songs. So it's all new Western swing songs. Because my belief is that if we don't keep writing songs, our genre will just become like a museum exhibit. So I wrote a bunch of new songs, and we recorded them.
I just want to say that's a hard thing to do, and I love the songs I've heard so far.
Thank you. It is a hard thing to do.
I mean,
Because you're dealing with a very narrow parameter of what you can write that still fits, and you want to keep it fresh. Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I've traveled all over this whole wide world playing songs for smiling faces, from Idaho to old Oslo and 1,000 other places. I've rode on trains and aeroplanes, ate steak and calamari, shook the hands of diplomats and played their fancy parties. Now I don't mean to gripe or brag, sure the high life has been grand, but I'd trade my wages to be on stage in Texas with a band. We'd rollin' on a Friday night just under the wire for a dance hall gig, pack up the rigs and load in the amplifiers. Let's pick a few and check 1, 2, the doors open at 7. Folks come in for two-step in, the closest thing to heaven. If I only had one final wish, I'd make it my demand to play once more to a sawdust floor in Texas with a band. Just take a tour through Texas and you can find it all. If you close your eyes in Beaumont, it sounds just like Montreal. And that stretch from Post to Marfa's like that German Autobahn. And Austin's just like Hollywood with a few more country songs. Where can you else hear steel guitar played with accordion than a Gulf Coast bar underneath the stars in Texas with a band like this? No, you didn't. That was the right song. That was it. I'm going to do another one. Oh, did I skip one? No? Oh, yeah. Okay. We made a list. We're trying to follow it. We can't read. It was either play music or learn how to read, not both.
I mean, I had a lot of TV to watch. I didn't have time for all that.
Well, anyway, I'll do 2 more from the new record, and then you have to wait till it comes out to hear it properly. But it's got a couple of sort of what I would call kind of cowboy tunes on it. And this one is a love song to my favorite region of the world. I'm obsessed with the West, that ruleless old gal, always coming or going, she can't be corralled. Her buzzing cicadas, her chalky white rocks, her high dancing grasses, her black buzzard flocks. I'm obsessed with the West, her tough leaning trees, her hawks on her high lines, her core reaching freeze. Her murder is Oh, it's her I can't keep from that old love affair. No, she pelts me with sleet and ties knots in my hair. I'm obsessed with the West, that rugged old broad, that unbroke wild pony, that opus of God. All right, thank you. How are our people out in the internet land? I forgot all about them. They're really quiet. They're not laughing at anything. Well, I'll do one more of the Western swing type tunes. So it's funny, I moved to Nashville, sold out completely. Thank you. That's what you do when you move there. You start bleaching your hair and getting Botox, and you look like a Barbie. It's like a factory. They just push you through. You come out, you look like a Barbie. And you have no morals. Yeah, doesn't it sound great? She said, that sounds great. You have a clothing line and a tiny handbag with a tiny dog in it. Yep. And you own like a chain of biscuit restaurants that's called like, I don't know, Toss or something. Just got like one word. Anyway, I moved to Nashville, and I really started to listen to a lot of Western swing, which is maybe because I miss Texas a little bit, but got obsessed with Western swing. I grew up listening to Western swing music, mostly Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys, and my favorite singer by a long stretch of that era is Tommy Duncan, who was Bob Wills's, well, you know who he is, we're in Texas, but he was Bob Wills's kind of first, longest, and, in my opinion, greatest singer. So when you hear Bob Wills, sometimes when you first hear him, you think that he's the singer, but he's not. That was Tommy Duncan or Leon Roush or whoever else was singing. Bob Wills is the guy going, ha! In the background. Yeah, he's back there yelling and freaking out. he's going, domino, and saying random stuff like that.
Piano.
Yeah. Did he say that? He's going to put down the fiddle and pick up a beautiful golden saxophone. You know, he says things like that. Anyway, I love Bob Wills, but Tommy Duncan, he's kind of it for me. And I wrote a song with Paul Kramer that kind of, hopefully it captures the essence of Tommy Duncan a little bit. Once I had a rowdy streak, wilder than a Texas gale, throwing 'em down in old Fort Worth town and waking in the Waco jail. Well, I've been sober 15 years. I walk a real straight line, but if Tommy Duncan's voice was booze, I'd stay drunk all the time. I would. If I was a Gulf Coast voodoo queen, I'd make you fall in love with me. If I was a hound, I'd track you on down and put you up a live oak tree. If standing me up cost you 1 cent, then I'd have a Yankee dime. And if Tommy Duncan's voice was booze, I'd stay drunk all the time. All right.
Y'all, that was the worst solo I've taken all night. And y'all just whistled for me. Were you just being supportive? Was I making a face and you guys thought that maybe like I was making a face because I was like, yeah, I'm awesome. I love y'all.
If I had an old cast iron stove, I'd whip us up a rhubarb pie with berries and cream. Wouldn't that be a dream? Then I could lay right down and die. And if I had a time machine, I'd set it to 39. And if Tommy Duncan's voice was booze, I'd stay drunk all the time. All the time. All the time. And if Tommy Duncan's voice was booze, I'd stay drunk all the time. Oh, oh, Lord. One of my favorite writers in the whole world is a guy named John Scott Sherrill. And he's written a bunch of hits. I think he has like 12 #1 hits or something, and they're all great songs. They just nominated and inducted him into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame. Some of my favorite songs he's written are Wild and Blue. He wrote for John Anderson. He wrote Nothing But the Wheel for Patty Loveless. He wrote Get Me to the Church on Cumberland Road. If you know 80s, 90s country, he's the guy. Anyway, we wrote this one together. And the Mucky Duck has a special place in our hearts. I've been playing here since I moved to Texas in like 2002. And they've always treated us well. And I think it's important to support these kinds of places. So I'm glad y'all are here. And this song is kind of about the places that you want to keep around, you know? I've been watching all my friends settling down. They no longer want to go out on the town. Well, I could have that kind of life, I bet. But I ain't through honky-tonkin' yet. Maybe I'll find one of those old familiar places where they pour the coldest beer that you can get. I look around and see my new friends' smiling faces. No, I ain't through honky-tonkin' yet. Sometimes I feel I've got nowhere to go, 'cause they don't make 'em like the ones I used to know. They've traded in the jukebox for a TV set. But I ain't through honky-tonkin' yet. Maybe I'll find one of those old familiar places where they pour the coldest beer that you can get. I look around and see
give the band a little break. You guys can come back anytime you want.
Oh, thanks.
I'm serious. If you want to stay, you can stay.
You mean tonight?
Yeah. No, just tonight. Never any. You can't always come back, but
That last song made me want to two-step pretty bad.
yeah.
So might have to go somewhere and do that for a minute, and then I'll come back.
Yeah, do your two-stepping. Y'all go two-step. Lisa Pancratz, Brad Fordham. Thanks, y'all. Well, this is the folky portion. Don't worry. There's going to be folk. I'm serious. I came out with a record. I say it's my new record because it came out during COVID. So it's new. It's brand new. And Robbie Fulks produced it. And he's a wonderful artist. And did a fine job producing the record. But the whole record is about the upper Midwest where I'm from, the Prairie. And it's called Prairie Love Letter. And I'm going to do an abbreviated, little version of that record. I'll do 5, 6 of them because it's my latest. This one's called North Dakota Cowboy. That North Dakota cowboy I still dream of now and then. When I think back on my younger years and he was all I knew of men. He'd never put a hand on me, though I know he loved me so. But we'd sing all night till the sun rolled out like a blanket on the snow. You know he didn't ride a wrangle, but he had a cowboy's soul. I was not the only one by far whose tender heart he stole. Gallant as a soldier from some ancient book of lore. Every year I'm getting older, and he just stays 24. His eyes were green as Norway pines, his laughter warm and pure. But he felt a burden in his mind even love could not have cured. And that North Dakota cowboy, handsome, young, adored, rode off into the prairie sky in his rusty yellow Ford. And when the ice breaks up in springtime and the little calves are born, peeking through the thawed-out ground, the little blades of new green corn, Graham Parsons on the AM dial, smoking with the windows down. I still look for him in Fargo every time I'm back in town. Where are all my North Dakotans tonight? I'm joking. I know nobody in this. There's like a 0% chance anyone in this room is from North Dakota. It's actually, you spent a summer there. It's nice in the summer. It's actually the 50th most visited state in the Union, if you can believe that. Anyway, my dad and my mom both grew up in North Dakota, and my dad grew up in the middle of North Dakota. And he grew up on a dairy farm in the 50s. I heard this story many times. It's a story about his dad and him.
and a little John Deere tractor that they had. And it's a song called The John Deere H. I close my eyes and a wide blue sky is spreading out before me, and I'm hearing that old engine crank again in all its glory. It's a faded memory that I go back to now and then. I give my right arm to be on that farm with the John Deere H again. The John Deere H was a row crop tractor, ours was a 43. And I was still too young to drive, but I knew she was made for me. It'd be like heaven to start her up until that stubborn ground. But I'd climb up on the metal seat and make up my own tractor sounds like this. The H was made in a factory down in Waterloo, but my dad had got her secondhand from some folks that we knew. She wasn't sleek and she wasn't fast, took a while to get her going, but she beat a horse in a handheld plow for cutting hay and hoeing. And then to my surprise, he said one night, "Boy, it's time you got to learn it." And he showed me how to check the spark and set that flywheel turning. I was only 8 years old, I had to stand to reach the pedals, but I was so proud you'd have thought that I just won some kind of medal. Well, that old machine was a farm kid's dream, none like her before or after. But we let her go in hopes of knowing so-called greener pastures. Though I've been around the world, my life's the envy of most men. I give my right hand for that piece of land in the John Deere H again. I give my right arm to be on that farm with the John Deere H again. Thank you. Oh, you're back. I'm so happy.
We've come to take care of you.
We felt like you needed us.
I always need you guys.
I'm just
always.
kidding. I'm just kidding. Isn't she great, y'all? Come on.
Thanks, Lisa.
I hardly know anybody in the world that can sing, play, write, and look okay.
It was going to Nashville.
Is that what did it?
I went through the machine. And,
People still tell you to smile, or do you just permanently smile?
I permanently smile now. Yeah. Yeah, I permanently. Yeah, people used to tell me to smile all the time. Now, I just, smile all the time. You get like radium, like teeth whitening. Your teeth are like blinding, and you have like a tan.
I think they permanently put your smile.
And an $800,000 condo. It's 800 square feet. Living the dream. No, it's home. So anyway, this is another one off the new record. Lying in the wagon bottom, looking out over the side at that great wide open western land. There's not another soul in sight for miles and miles around. We're outside the jurisdiction of man. All along the horizon, only stars. The complete dome of heaven is all ours. Haven't got a nickel is frying in the pan. We're outside the jurisdiction of man. Seeking fame and fortune made me old before my time. And that life, I'll forget it if I can. I was made for soft, cool mornings and watching thunderstorms roll in outside the jurisdiction of man. So let my remaining time all pass on a blanket of swaying prairie grass. And then, oh, won't you bury me neath the work of God's own hand, outside the jurisdiction of man.
Send this one out to Darth Vader. Whatever his name is. Yeah. What's his name?
What's the dog's name again? Darth Vader, Lord Vader or something? Is that what it is? There's a dog. We met a dog.
He was cute.
Yeah, he's so cute. Hey, we're about to talk about dogs. Yeah, we'll send this out to, all you dog people. Noel McKay and I wrote this song. And because about 5 years ago, we had a gig down in Conroe, and we were on our way back, and we found a dog on the highway with a blue eye and a brown eye. He's a black and tan, houndy looking mutt dog with a blue eye and a brown eye. He's the prettiest dog and the nicest dog. Anyway, we picked him up, and he's a great co-writer, a highly evolved spiritual being, and it's nice to have him around. And his name's Bjorn. He's Scandinavian. We're related, you know. And we wrote him this song. It's called Little Blue-Eyed Dog. What you doing running scared and cold with stickers in your hair out here on the highway? You used to be somebody's pup, but no one came to pick you up. Life was lonely, life was rough, but now you're going my way. Hey, little blue-eyed doggy. Hey, little blue-eyed dog. Hey, little blue-eyed dog, I think that you are quite a catch. You should be somewhere playing fetch and running in the clover. I don't know how you got so stuck, but you just ran out of rotten luck. You were headed for some semi-truck about to run you over. Hey, little blue-eyed doggy. Hey, little blue-eyed dog. Just a stray, I had a hound who went away to hound dog heaven one sad day. My heart has since been broken, but now it heals with every mile. Something about you makes me smile. I tell you, it has been a while. It's good to have a new friend. Hey, little blue-eyed doggy. Hey, little blue-eyed dog. Fiddle
Texas town. Looky here, what have I found? A little brown and blue-eyed hound running in a hailstorm. Ain't it funny what the Lord can do? I thought that I was saving you. Now I'm wondering who rescued who. Welcome to your new home. Hey, little blue-eyed doggy. Hey, little blue-eyed dog. Hey, little blue-eyed doggy. Hey, little blue-eyed doggy. Thank you. Are y'all gonna stay for this one?
I'm gonna listen
Stay? You gonna listen?
and judge. No, I'm
You're
not.
so Lisa Pankratz is so judgmental.
Actually, I might just cry because it's so beautiful.
You guys are beautiful. You're beautiful. Aren't you glad we can listen to live music again? We can hang out like this. There was a while there where I thought, well, I played my last gig. I'm done. I had no other skills, no resume. I applied, seriously, I applied at the juice bar. It was $11 an hour. They didn't hire me. I know, right? But I would have gotten a lot of free juice. And fortunately for stream, I was able to stream, and then I started working at the Country Music Hall of Fame, which was much better than the juice bar. Oh yeah, thank you. Shout out to them. We're just talking a lot tonight. You like water better than juice? I like a good green, juice.
What's that one you get that tastes like lawn clippings?
I think that's the wheatgrass. Wheatgrass.
Something like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, back to the new record. This is a tune off the Prairie record. It's called Prairie Funeral. It was a funeral on the prairie, all his children gathered round, and put him in a horse-drawn wagon and drove him into town. In the dark of February, snow covered up the ground. In a pioneer church made out of sod, we sang, "A mighty fortress is our God." He was born in 1898 when the plains burned red and green. To God-fearing pilgrim parents, the 12th kid of 13, they broke up that ground yard by yard with a mule and an oxen team. Now we're burying him out on the lone prairie where the coyotes howl and the wind blows free. Well, back at the house we pushed that big oak table against the wall, built a fire in the cast iron cook stove, made room for one and all. The children and grandchildren piled our snow boots in the hall. The women worked like an oiled machine, the coffee boiled and the kettle screamed. And then the old folks took to telling tales of back when they were young. And it weren't too long before that 4-string banjo began to strum. Mom played the fiddle and my Uncle Lars played his accordion. The farmers cried in their flannel sleeves when we sang that song from the old country. Well, that was long ago, and as the years go by, I still forget he's gone. But I look out on the open plains and I know his soul lives on. He's a red sky mirrored on the lake. He's the first cold light of dawn. He's a coyote's wail. He's a winter storm. He's the August wind blowing through the corn. I could get here with my eyes closed and one hand on the wheel, but I like to see the rows and rows of corn. It makes me feel like a kid again, to slowly watch my hometown reappear. Well, I know my accent's gone, but I would not put you on. Don't you know I'm from here? Well, I left here full of vinegar back in '99. A guitar in my backseat, big time on my mind. My desire to leave the old me in the dust could not have been more sincere. I look down my nose at friends. Turns out I might need them again. Don't you know I'm from here? Don't you know I'm from here? They didn't even crack a smile. Don't you know I'm from here? Though I've been gone for a while, maybe this little town looked better in my rear view mirror. Don't you know I'm from here? Don't you know I'm from here? So I went down to the grocery store for gasoline and Coke. There used to be a greasy spoon downstairs where you could smoke. One side was a hardware shop with a little ice cream counter in the rear. But it does not look the same. Nobody knows my name. Don't they know I'm from here? Don't you know I'm from here? They didn't even crack a smile. Don't you know I'm from here? Though I've been gone for a while, maybe this little town looked better in my rear view mirror. Don't you know I'm from here? Don't you know I'm from here? Well, I've never been a quitter, but I know when I've been beat, and it soothes my wounded pride to feel this dirt under my feet. So I'm looking for a job nobody's hiring. That's been made perfectly clear. I'll find one eventually, I know, 'cause I've got nowhere else to go. Don't you know I'm from here? Don't you know I'm from here? They didn't even crack a smile. Don't you know I'm from here? Although I've been gone for a while, maybe this little town in my rear view mirror. Don't you know I'm from here? 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 All right. Well, I got a request tonight from my folks. They're watching from Minnesota. Not on the stream or anything. They're just sitting out on their porch watching. No, they're streaming the show. And they asked me to play this song by the great James Hand. James was a friend to all of us, and we played on his records, and he was a true legend and a true artist. Do it in E. How about that? Yeah. What a surprise, I didn't recognize you in here. In this dive where I tried to survive from tear to lonely tear. What do you want? You know that I don't have a nickel to offer you. But if you've got the time, here's some friends of mine I'll introduce you to. Over there, that's Frank. I've got him to thank. He sets me up when I'm broke. And there's old Al, the sad-eyed pal, whose story so plainly shows. And in walks Glenn, he takes me home when I'm too drunk to drive. And the barmaid's Luann, who holds my hand every time I start to cry. So you see, I don't need you or your sympathy, long as I've got my close friends watching over me. Over there, that's Frank. I've got him to thank. He sets me up when I'm broke. And there's old Al, the sad-eyed pal, whose story so plainly shows. And in walks Glenn, he takes me home when I'm too drunk to drive. And the barmaid's Luann, who holds my hand every time I start to cry. Over there, that's Frank. Yeah. That's a James Hand song, y'all. We lost him last year. The worst year. You're right. We put all the prairie songs in a line and we skipped one.
I did, and it's a good one.
We should do this one. I wrote this with my dear friend Melissa Carper.
Yay.
You guys know her? She's playing here, I think. November 18th. Yeah, come back and see her. You will not be sorry about that.
That's for sure.
Brilliant. Well, Melissa and I wrote this one together. It's a teenage love song. Dakota farmland, tabletop flats, where Billy and I grew up at. Billy was my friend since we were 10, so I guess I never thought about it much back then, that we both looked up to this farm boy Bo, tall and strong from shoveling snow and baling hay. His big blue eyes were clear and bright as the prairie sky. The heart wants to go where the heart wants to go, and you can't undo it. Billy never told me so, but I just knew it. Billy loved Bo. Well, Bo won best goat at the 4-H fair, and I went to state for my pie with pears. Raising a pig, Billy won something too, and we all got to go on a trip to the zoo. And Bo and Billy, they laughed and laughed the whole way there and the whole way back. And Billy put his arm around his butt and said, Bo, I sure had fun. The heart wants to go where the heart wants to go, and you can't undo it. Billy never told me so, but I just knew it. Billy loved Bo. Well, right out of school, Billy just packed everything in his pickup, and he never came back. Had a full scholarship in Chicago, made a lot of himself since 20 years ago. And we haven't seen hide nor hair of Bo. Last we heard, he's still with the rodeo. He never got married, heard through the grapevine, but he broke a lot of hearts, including Billy's and mine. The heart wants to go where the heart wants to go, and you can't undo it. Billy never told me so, but I just knew it. The heart wants to go where the heart wants to go, and you can't undo it. Billy never told me so, but I just knew it. Billy loved Bo. So, like I said, moved to Nashville, sold out. Now, all I do is play down on Broadway, which is like our 6th Street, if you will. It's like our Bourbon Street. It's the party district. Used to be the country music district. Now you walk down the street and you just hear, like, Kiss cover bands and stuff. But there's a couple of great bars down there. One of them is Robert's Western World. And when I'm in town there, I spend all my Tuesdays down at Robert's playing 1940s and 50s country music because I want to. And thanks. Yeah, I like that stuff, if you couldn't tell. A few years ago, though, preceding that whole thing, we made this tribute to Lefty Frizzell, this album. It's all Lefty Frizzell tunes. So we'll do a couple of those for you now. 2, 1, 2.
this, you want that, a new dress, a new hat. You want everything you see that money will buy. You get it or die. You want everything but me. And baby, someday get your way. All alone you will be, 'cause you know that I will be saying goodbye. You want everything but me. When you buy a fur coat, you know it gets my goat. And then you go out on a spree. Then it's been a while. And baby, someday if you don't change your ways, all alone you will be, 'cause you know that I will be saying goodbye. You want everything but me.
Anytime I hear lyrics about a goat,
A goat,
It
two
kinda-
songs in a row.
Gets
Yeah.
my goat.
I know.
and y'all should really come hear Melissa Carper too, because
You really
that reminds
should.
me.
She has several goat songs. And you know what? Get on your, like, as soon as we're done here, get on your phone and buy tickets to Melissa's show on the 18th. I think you can probably get them here. Maybe. I'm giving out fake news, but seriously, do it. If you don't take anything else away tonight, please go see Melissa.
Don't take things away.
Don't take any of the cutlery.
They need it.
I think we're going to leave you with one more. Hey, it's Guy Clark's birthday, guys.
Happy birthday, Guy Clark.
Huh?
I said happy birthday, Guy.
Happy birthday, Guy. I knew Guy. You guys knew Guy. Yeah. And Susanna. Guy. Noel McKay introduced me to Guy Clark in like 2009, and I got to know him pretty well. We never wrote a song together, but he laughed at my jokes, and I loved him. So we'll do what's Guy's. I'll leave you with Guy's favorite song that he ever wrote. And thank you all for coming. Thank you to the Mucky Duck for having me back on short notice. That's Lisa Pankratz on the snare drum, Brad Fordham on the upright bass. This just flew by. You all are awesome. Thank you for coming out. Standing on the gone side of leaving, she found her thumb and stuck it in the breeze. She'll take anything that's going close to somewhere. She can lay it down and live it like she please. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe in. She ain't going home, that's for sure. She's not sitting down and crying on her suitcase. She has no second thought by the road. But she's got feelings that need
some repairing, and she did not give a damn if it showed. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe in. She ain't going home, that's for sure. The wind had a way with her hair, and the blues had their way with her smile. And she had a way of her own, like prisoners have a way with a file. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe in. She ain't going home, that's for sure. She ain't going home, that's for sure. Thank you all so very much. That's right. All right, I'm told there's to be a staged encore for the folks out on the internet. Is that correct? Did I say anything wrong? Okay. Okay. So are we doing encore? How does this work again? It was only explained to me twice. So
When that light comes back on.
one more song.